What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Happy Monday, everybody. I don't know if ElTeddy's there or not. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, turn your light back on. Didn't you have a light on a minute ago?
I did not.
Well, something is happening. I
I
mean, you
told
look
you I
better
got.
now. At first you were dark. I guess the light, the glare is coming in from the sun. I don't know.
I don't know. I told you I got janky Wi-Fi here at the hotel, so
I don't know. Well, we are here, honey. Listen, we both had crazy weekends, so we are here giving y'all chasing Atlanta the best we can. Okay, this is what we got. This is what we have. Ebbie, you have the link, ma'am. Why is she in the chat with eyeballs? You have the link.
right,
We had a
right. What's
whole
wrong with her?
conversation and you didn't respond to.
A whole ass conversation.
A whole conversation. You would think we don't have a you would think we don't have a group chat where the link to this live is in, where the conversation we literally had. Ebbie said not one text. You know what? Hold on.
No, she's right. She's right.
No, she's not right. This is the group text.
She is. That's the text. Oh no,
there's
that's
the
right.
link
No,
for
Ebbie,
StreamYard. ElTeddy said at 1:18. Are we doing no?
Ebbie, you're on here.
He said, if y'all are up to it, I'm free at 3 p.m. We could do a panel and I could do my regular live at 5. I said, I'm good for 3 o'clock. ElTeddy said, I think it's your week. I said, okay, there's the link.
Yeah, it's kind of right there.
You said, did you get it? It's in the group chat. What are you not getting?
It's literally right there.
It's in the group
right
chat.
There.
Lord have Ebbie talking about, and we just said, where's Ebbie? We literally just had that conversation.
Literally.
Ebbie, get the link and get your ass up here.
Like, what is wrong?
Right. Talking about no link. Girl. That's like the time when she said I didn't text her and I literally had to show her my phone. Yes, I did. Oh, there it is. Look at Tramel. Them group chats are the devil. Right. The group chats will tear out.
Okay, hey, we need to do like who was that Toya that did the whole jacket with all the group text?
Right, Toya at the Mary Madison reunion with the group chat. We figured you were at work. Okay, you can't come up. Okay, well, if you had responded, we would have maybe changed the time. We're sorry.
Yeah. Since you're not reading group text.
Right. Ebbie, no, Ebbie about to cuss us out. But if you get a break and you can come up, boo, come on up. You got the link, baby. But come on in, y'all. Let's talk about this episode. So before we get started, because I already know we're going to have a lot to say about certain things, I want to just be clear that Dominique has apologized for the Culture Vulture comment. But we're going to still talk about it, Dominique.
I didn't see it. When did he apologize?
He said, hold on. I took a screenshot of it. Hold on. He said, see, let me find it, child. Let me find it.
No. What I'm saying is this didn't happen on the show.
What didn't happen on the show?
Him apologizing.
No, he didn't apologize on the show. He posted it on social media.
All I have to go off. I don't follow him on social media, so all I have to go
Well, that's why I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Again, that doesn't change that don't change my opinion. That don't change what I'm about to say. I just thought I would let the people know.
Oh.
Because I still question whether you're apologizing because you really think you're wrong or you're apologizing because you're getting a lot of backlash. That's the question. But we'll get into it. So let's get into this episode. One last announcement before we get into this episode. Congratulations to chasing reality to the whole platform for hitting 100K. Shout out to you guys. I know that has been something that Andario has been trying to get to. He's been hovering at like 98, 99. It's been a hard fight, but congratulations to him. I know he's planning something, and I hope to get an invitation to come and celebrate with you guys. So celebration, and anybody who's ever been a part of chasing, whether it was a good experience or a bad experience, you helped that platform, and so pat yourself on the back as well. Okay. With that being said, how'd you feel about this episode, sir? Why am I blurry?
I mean, I feel the same way coming out of this episode that I felt at the end of this episode. Yeah, It was a lot. It was a lot going on. And I question friendships now. That is what disturbs me the most. And Tremel, just sit down, sir, and just boom. I'm glad you're in here, Tremel. I'm very glad that you're in here because I have some things to say. Mm,
Wait a minute,
mm.
Ravine. So you said Dominique is doubling down. Okay, well, I take back what the fuck I said then. He said he was sorry. I can only go by what people say, honey. But Ravine, and I trust what Ravine is saying. Ravine said he over somewhere else doubling down. So I respect what I trust my girl. I trust what Ravine said, honey.
Let me ask you a question, really, B.
What up?
Do you have notes?
You know. Mm-mm.
Wait, you don't?
No, I don't. But listen, I know what happened though. Hold on. But I know what happened. I know what happened.
Why is Ebbie rubbing off on you?
I don't need notes. I'm good. I'll be ready to get started. I know what happened. We started this episode. Well, let me say this. I thought this was a good episode. I didn't like everything that happened in the episode, but I thought it was a good episode as far as what we heard, conversations that were had, information that was gathered. So let's start at the beginning. We start off with this conversation between Kendall and Carl. And I'm going to just go on to be honest and tell you I'm confusion.
That can I go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Say it. I mean, because I'm confused.
Where's Tremel? Tremel?
I believe he's still here.
Are you still here, Tremel? Let me say this to you. Really
Look at Ebbie. The one time I'm not there and you don't have no notes. But I know what happened.
Let me say this, really, B. If you or Abby are out here having these clandestine meetings with bitches who call me all kinds of things, with bitches who say false truths on me, with people who have all of this fuck shit to say about me, and I ain't did none of these bitches, we gonna have a problem. And I'm not here to navigate the relationship between friends because that's their relationship. But my friends, and really be, me, people say I'm loyal to a fault because how I get. You have to stop me from coming off the porch on people, you and Ebbie. So when Carl went and had this meeting with a bitch who just told you that your best friend ain't shit, ain't never gonna be shit, what shit did ain't shit now, and it's fuck that bitch forever. Well, guess what? That's my best. They have way more years at being a friend to me and way more cash dividends into my life than you could ever dream of having. There's no alternate reality where you gonna tell me that one of my best friends, you just gonna dog walk and drag them, and now we just kumbaya and like that. Yeah, girl, let's go out to eat. Wait, go out to eat where? Because we don't have nothing to talk about, boo. You just declared war on my best friend damn near, and you expect me to be okay with that? Like I'm just no. No, that's not how this works, sweetheart. But that's just me. That's just me.
So let me say how I feel about it. If you got beef, we got beef. And that's pretty much that. If you got beef, we got beef. If me and you were somewhere and a person disrespected both of us the way that Kendall disrespected both of them, even though their issues with Kendall might be two different issues, that's fine. I may have an issue with somebody because of A, B, and C, and you have an issue with somebody because of D, E, F. But if they disrespected both of us, no. If I'm meeting, we meeting. If you call me and say, look, I think me and you need to sit down and have a conversation, I'm gonna say, well, I'm calling ElTeddy because he's coming with us.
Exactly. That's
because you disrespected us together. We're gonna have this conversation together. And that's it, and that's all. What I also didn't understand was Because look, Ebbie can tell you now. Listen, the Justice League, I ain't gonna tell no business, but baby, we was in the chat last night talking about we about to go get somebody as a collective because we sick of it. We sick of it. So my thing is, I done had, listen, T done cut somebody out. He done did a whole live on his channel cussing somebody out that he ain't even know nothing about. He just know that the person came for me. He just know the person came for me. So my thing is, the other thing I was confusion about was when Kendall kept saying, well, we have so much in common. We got more in common. We got so much in common. Huh? Because you was calling him a gutter snipe at your birthday party and talking about how y'all don't have anything in common and how you're so above here and they're so below there. And I was like, wait a minute. So now all of a sudden we got so much in common. I'm not, did I miss something?
No, you didn't miss nothing, but really be a lot of people are diabolical this way. They'll try to pit friends against each other. Like, I'm gonna feed you information. I'm gonna say all of this kind of stuff, or I'm gonna give you information and withhold information from your friend. And now you end up with a whole rift with your friend, and they've won because that was their whole goal, to piss your best friend off more. People do that shit all of the time. That it seems to me Carl is being used as a pawn to piss off Tramiel, because as a best friend, first thing you'll do, damn bitch, the fuck you doing? And now y'all, may have to have words and have issues. And now that, that's somebody who is doing nothing but trying to, like they said in the chat, divide and conquer. Girl, I can't.
Tramiel said, keep watching. That's all I got to say. Well, we are, boo. We are. I'm going to say this last part, and then I guess we can move on. The other issue, going back to what you were saying, I agree with you 100%, ElTeddy. It's almost as if they were trying to use Carl to as a pawn or as a tool or weapon against Tramiel. Because let me tell you the other thing you're not going to do. The other thing you're not going to do is talk shit about in my face. That's the other thing you're not going to do. So when he was like, because Tramiel, see, I would have nipped that. Whoa. This conversation is about me and you.
Right.
It's about me and you. Tramiel don't have nothing to do with this. Don't bring his name up. Because if you bring his name up, I'm calling him on the phone. Because I'd already told people 1,000,000 times, don't come to me and tell me what somebody said about me. Tell me what you said and why did they feel so comfortable talking to you about me, knowing that we cool. See, that's the problem. Don't tell me somebody was talking shit about me. Well, what did you say? And why did they feel so comfortable talking shit about me in front of you? But we're going to keep watching it, boo. We're going to keep watching. Next up, the next conversation is the karaoke party down to Kendall's house. Well, first of all, Kendall announces to the people that he has a surrogate, a baby on the way. I'm not going to drag this storyline out. Is it okay if I jump ahead or you want to wait?
No, I got one thing to say about this storyline. And I've been very consistent about this, ReallyB. I just think that I probably would have waited. And when we got to the end of the episode, before he even said anything, I knew exactly what he was about to say. Because me, I've always been like, some things you just need to keep off of, camera. I have a very good friend of mine who, him and his boyfriend, they got a surrogate and they had twin girls. They actually went up to Canada to do it because it was a lot cheaper in Canada to do it. Yeah. And
everything is cheaper outside of the United States, unfortunately, Sharon.
Right. They had the twin girls. The girls turned about, I think, 2 or 3, and they broke up. A bad breakup, like completely moved out the house and everything. And so it's so funny because you can tell which of the daughters is from which you can tell who sperm to which daughter. I'd say like that. But they're still at this point co-parenting and things like that. But it took them like 2 or 3 times for it to happen for them. And so I just think, like, because I know the reason I say keep these things off the show, because it becomes show fodder and things like that are very sensitive. And yes, you do want to hear certain parts of people's life, but you know me, I'm very private anyway. ReallyB, so I probably would not have shown that because I don't want people to have that.
Child, y'all would have just popped up, but ElTeddy would have just popped up with a baby, honey. Y'all exactly. We would have known. Me and Ebbie would have been sitting there like, I mean, we knew, but
right.
Y'all would have just all of a sudden,
nobody would have known.
Matter of fact, y'all might have just heard a baby crying in the background. Y'all might not.
Because you know me, I'm real private like that.
Yeah. I'm going to say this as a woman. I've told you guys this before. The movies will have us believe that pregnancy is so easy, that a boy and a girl have sex and 9 months later, boom, a baby pops out. And with surrogacy, you're adding so many other elements as far as medicine is concerned, and the body rejects so much. I don't think people realize how many times women are pregnant and never have a baby. Whether it's spontaneous, some women are pregnant and they never know they're pregnant. By the time they think, you know what I mean? It's already, the body has already done what the body's want to do. It's hard. And I felt for, even though I really ain't got shit for Kendall, I did feel for him in that moment, because I understand it is exciting and you do get attached and you want it so bad, and it is hard. I've had friends who've gone through in vitro, and like you said, number one, it's expensive as hell. Number two, it usually takes 2 or 3 rounds. And I agree. I probably would have waited further along in the process to speak on it, just for that exact reason. But again, I'm sorry to hear it. I take no, obviously I take no pleasure in it happening. And I wish him the best in his journey to have kids. Cause look, as somebody who didn't want kids, I bless all of y'all that want kids. Like, bless y'all. Cause
he was talking about 4 and 5 and 6. I was like, wait, you need to cross the 1. And here's the thing that I think people take for granted. Even with 1 child, the tremendous amount of that it takes into a child. What if that 1 child comes and is special needs? You understand what I'm saying? And you talk about, I'm going to have it, and it changes the whole nature and dynamic about what you may think. Not that you may not want to have enough child, but you may not have and even if you have the financial needs, you may not have the time commitments for multiple, because that child may need just that much of your attention and nurturing or whatnot. So it's a lot, and I think that, and I hate to say this because I'm not trying to dump on Ken. I definitely, my heart goes out to him and his situation, but sometimes youth sometimes has you in this giddy stage where you just think that you're in invincible and everything's going to go right and everything's great, and just life is not that way, and life will slap you in the face and say, yeah, that ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go.
So I wanted to, we wanted to acknowledge that the rest of this conversation is where I think this episode took a hard left for me. And I guess this might be where we're going to, between this conversation and the Alfia conversation, I guess we're going to spend a lot of our time. We're still at the karaoke night, yada, yada, yada. And of course, Alfia comes up. And the conversation about Alfia and her place in this group, why is she there? Should she be there? What is her reason for being there? She brings people to events, and what is that about? And if she can't meet us without having a safety net, then maybe she shouldn't be around. And I love the fact, and I know I'm jumping ahead, but I love the fact that Tremel brought up later on, wait a minute, everybody brings a plus one. And then Sammy had to backtrack off of it, because Sammy, he said that shit with his chest. Well, I have anxiety, and I was real upset, but I did it on my own, and she should have to do it on her own. And then when Tremel threw that out there, baby, all he could say was, well, I mean, you right. But she does it more.
I've been looking at Sammy sideways for a few weeks now. I told y'all a couple weeks ago that I looked at Sammy sideways, because if he's supposed to be friends with Tremel, you over here laughing at Kiki and with these bitches who talk bad about your friend. I'm looking at you sideways. Like Sammy, I don't like the way Sammy moves. Sammy like to go any way the wind blow. Whoever he in the room with, that's who he's siding with. When he get in the next room, and those the kind of bitches that end up getting fucked up. Them the kind, I don't like them kind of people. No, don't play with me like that. Do not play with me because though I'm more mad at a person like that than I am at the people who had all of this bad stuff to say, because I ain't like that. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And then it's in this conversation when Dominique makes the comment about he feels like she's a culture vulture. And I feel like the people acknowledge that what he said was stupid. I don't feel like they pushed back enough. As somebody, and I'm gonna speak for myself, I personally was offended by that comment. Because I feel like you're saying that straight women in gay spaces are culture vultures. And I'm a straight woman. I be in a lot of gay spaces. I mean, am I oversimplifying that?
Well, there's a portion of this that people don't want to acknowledge, and here's the layer that you have to add to this conversation.
Okay, I'm
listening. You're dealing with in some of the cast a lot of young people, and in other parts of the cast a lot of uneducated people. And to me, they can all kind of fit in the same basket. A lot of young people are very inexperienced, so they don't have a lot to go off of in terms of being able to feed off of and how to deal with different situations and different people. And so when you're young, trying to navigate just being a gay person, you understand what I'm saying? So there becomes this need. Whereas when you grow up as a black person, you grow up as a black person in a black family. Most of us, not everybody, but most black people, you grow up with your mom and dad. They're black, so your group, that becomes a part of your identity. You become comfortable with that from birth on up. Whereas if you're someone who's gay or maybe even trans, a lot of that you don't come into the realization of until later in life. So like maybe late teens, maybe early 20s. So there becomes this need for a lot of the young people to immerse themselves in that, to kind of get comfortable with who they are, acclimated to what this whole new, acceptance of who I am is. And they don't like to have those spaces infiltrated, because for a lot of, and I talked about this last time, some of the first people that hated on them for being gay were, cis het people, be that man or woman. So they don't like to have those spaces infiltrated. And so that's why they try to do this whole gatekeeping thing from straight women. Then you have the other faction who are maybe older in their 30s, but they're just uneducated, unlearned. These are people, because if your first thing is to say that that's a culture vulture, and that's completely not what this situation is, and you have you seemed at the time, not until they checked you, not to know really what that word meant, you went off what you thought it meant, then that tells me the nature of where you are intellectually. And people who are older and not as intelligent, they have this whole belief that the cishet community just wants to be around you to be culture, but they think that's the only reason that a cishet person will want to be in gay spaces. None of that could be even further from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that we know is so far from the truth. And we talked about this before the season started, episode 1, if you remember. We talked about, yes, there are women in gay spaces, LGBTQ plus spaces. They are there all the time. But the caliber,
and there are some that are disrespectful to the LGBTQ community. We talked about, like, going back to Nene when she had her, what was it, gays and heels party, where you had to bring a gay, like they were an accessory. So we know it does happen. But what has Alfia done through the course of this show to now? Is she ignorant to a lot of gay culture? Yes, she is. But what has she done to steal? And when I say ignorant, y'all, I don't mean that as a bad word. I mean, she does not know. But what has she done to, like you said, to steal or infiltrate the culture? I don't see that.
Well, I think what we're negating is the fact that because this is an LGBTQ show, you're totally looking over the fact that there are tons of trans people and gay people that are horrible individuals that say and do some of the most awful and insidious things. And you're giving cover to bad behavior simply because someone is in the community. So here you are trying to protect someone in all of the horrible things that they're doing because they're in the community and ostracizing someone for not being in the community who actually is the victim and did not do anything wrong. And then when that person then chooses to say, I'm not going to just sit here and be victim and let you just verbally assault me or come and attack me, I am going to defend myself, which is what you expect someone to do. Now there's even more of a blow up, and it seems even more like that person doesn't belong, when the person that actually doesn't belong is this trans person that is demeaning people, that is saying awful things. They're the actual person that does not belong, and they need to be called out for it, and they're the ones who need to be ostracized. But like I said, when you have someone who, and I'm not trying to, I just have to call it like it is. It just goes to where you are cognitively, intellectually, being able to be in spaces where you can call out what's right and what's wrong. Because for you to immediately gravitate toward Nova as if she was the victim shows me everything I need to know about, about you as a person. That's it. That's all.
Ebbie, right. Again, words mean things. And again, I know I'm going back to episode 2, but I am still stuck on why this group of people does not understand why what Nova did was fucked up. Like, I'm still stuck on the fact that they keep giving her passes. And even on this episode, Nova again was like, I mean, does she think that all gay people are gay for pay? That is not what she said. She said, listen, we were having conversations. I was new to the group. You brought up OnlyFans. I was trying to fit in. And I was like, hey, my baby daddy does OnlyFans. I don't think once we heard the whole story, in no way, shape, or form was she equating the gay community to gay for pay. She was like, you talking about you do OnlyFans? All right, I know somebody that does OnlyFans. They just so happen to be my baby dad. Like,
she didn't even say that the man was gay for pay. She just said he did OnlyFans.
She said he does OnlyFans. Exactly. And OnlyFans does not mean gay for pay. Hello. Again, I know I'm going back, so I'm gonna leave. I ain't gonna keep going there. But it just takes me back. Like, why is nobody acting like what she did is a problem? Anyway,
here's the Nova, no, not Nova, sweetheart, dear one, doll baby, love bug,
not love bug.
I mean, girl, because she's right. I'm gonna just say it like we would in the community, baby. You really walk around here with this air of supremacy about you, with this air of I'm fish, I'm pussy, I'm cunt. Girl, you're clockable too. That's it. That's all. Like, you're not, girl, and I say that because there are girls who are like that. Not all of them, but many of them. They come out here and they act like, oh, girl, do you see who I am, girl? I'm unclockable, and they have this air of supremacy, even, I would say. That they want to have, not just within the trans community or in the LGBTQ plus community, but even amongst straight women. And that's kind of what I get from her. And girl, we look at you on these episodes like, girl, you're clockable. You're not that girl like that. You know what? Girl, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this, mama. Because you and your insistence on disrespecting this woman, and it's not just even just only about it being this straight woman, but it could be anybody, somebody out here that didn't do a goddamn thing to you. Now, we're gonna have fights on this show, sure, that those things happen, but for you all to go and just say, well, I don't know if they need to be here, and I hate to keep going back here, but really, I clocked this shit way from the beginning. I said, for them to have this whole exclusivity thing about them where they say, oh, they don't need to be in a community, they don't know how to act around a community, they don't know. That's not it. That's not it at all. It's just you people are stupid. That's it.
Y'all, you know stupid. What? That's it for me too. And Chuck, you hit the nail on the head for me. Why is Nova's ignorance being validated? There you go. Because I agree with ElTeddy. The person that needs to be, I'm not gonna say put out of the group, but the person that needs to have the it's Nova. Nova, just because you are Libidiqua doesn't mean that you're right and the non-Libidiqua person is wrong. You know? But anyway, so they had the karaoke night. Yeah, that was great. Cool. Let's go on to the next thing. So the next thing we see is Alfie, Tony, Tramiel, and Sammy having a conversation, and they're sort of having the other side of the conversation.
Wait a minute, I thought that was at the end of the episode.
No, that was the next scene after they got done with the karaoke. Child, we got a long way to go to get to the end of this episode.
Okay. Girl, I forgot. Okay.
I'm going to say this about this conversation. And again, I know this is going to sound crazy after that whole conversation we just had. Alfie, baby. Love Bug. I'm going to do ElTeddy. Love Bug. Honey Bun. Sugar Plum. You probably should have sat this season out. Not because you're a straight woman, but because you have a lot going on. And I think you having so much going on is causing some of the problems. You said you don't want to come around because you don't have your money straight and you feel, you know, you're around these people that present, because we know that everybody that's pretending like they got it together ain't got it together, but present that they have it together. And you feel a little intimidated by that, and you just have a lot going on, and you just feel like you just need some time to yourself. Well, if you need some time to yourself, you probably should have, when you left the show, you probably should have stayed gone. And again, not because I agree with anything that Nova said or did or what anybody else is saying, but because I feel like you have way bigger issues going on in your real life, that this is not a priority, and it shouldn't be.
And can we talk about how, and this was a bleed over from the episode, the conversation, I should say, at the karaoke, and this conversation. They're going through acrobatics to protect Nova so much that they're concocting and manufacturing reasons to have an issue with Alfia. Like, they're literally manufacturing reasons to have issue with her. Things that they are literally, doing themselves. Like, that's how the conversation came. Him saying, well, she always got a extra person. And Tramiel was like, well, y'all always got an extra person. My other thing about it is, I think that the problem with this show is, I do think that it does feed into horrible infighting when you all continue to let there be these events that's supposed to be group scenes that I'm sure when you got the call sheet, the shit said group scene, but you conveniently don't invite everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't now I know because if you're telling me Tramiel can't come to your house, right, at all, then my thing is, why are we having group scenes at Kendall's house? Because Tramiel wasn't there and Alfia wasn't there. Now, I don't know the situation with Alfia, but if Tramiel's not allowed at your house, then if you're going to have a group scene for this show, Ken, it cannot be at your house.
I agree. And going back to what we said before, and if it was me, I'm not coming. So once again, Carl, why are you there? Because if Tramiel can't come, I can't come. If ElTeddy not invited, I ain't coming. You tell me, well, you can come, but ElTeddy can't come. Oh, well, then I ain't coming. It's real easy.
Exactly.
It's real easy.
Exactly. It's real easy. So, but my thing in that production, you should have said to Tramiel, technically,
ElTeddy's Wi-Fi is janky, y'all. Give me.
He was.
Your Wi-Fi starting to act up, ElTeddy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this too. As far as the Alfia asking for money in the group chat, can you hear me, ElTeddy? I think ElTeddy done froze up, y'all. Let me say this about the group chat. I mean, about the money situation. First of all, Dominique, I think it's real fucked up that you would. Yeah, all right. I can see you and hear you now. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna just turn my video off. That may help.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're real pixelated right now. You're not clear anymore. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. Dominique brought up the fact that he gave Nova. I mean, he gave Alfie $20 to show up for one time to get to a scene. I think that's real fucked up for you to bring that up. I don't think that's something like. Again, that was unnecessary for you to bring up that this woman had to borrow $20 or ask you for $20. I'm sure that's not something that she wanted out there or that she's proud of. Number two, Alfia is not the first or the only person on Chasing to need gas money to get to a scene, Dominique. So I know for a fact that Andario has paid for Ubers, that Andario has given gas money. So I think it's real fucked up for you to bring that up about one person when you know that it has happened multiple times to multiple people on multiple seasons. So I just think, once again, I feel like y'all just piling on this woman. ElTeddy, what you say?
Fan.
I didn't hear nothing you just said. ElTeddy, say it again.
Oh no, I was like, I don't even know if I have a car. So who the fuck is she to be talking about somebody getting gas money from?
No, somebody? Dominique said it. Dominique said that
Nova mentioned that on the episode as well. Nova,
but wasn't it after Dominique said it though?
For gas. I think it was. It might have been after Dominique said it, but I know Nova mentioned it.
Right. So to bring it up, and Alfie said that happened one time. She was like, Dominique gave me $20 one time. Like it wasn't like, you know, he was bankrolling me. But it wasn't necessary to bring up. I just didn't feel like it was necessary to bring up. You're right, ma'am. That's what Alfie should have said. She should have said, well, I prefer to borrow $20 rather than sell my bussy. But anyway. Nova brought it up first. Okay, Ravine said Nova brought it up first. Okay, I thought Dominique brought it up first, but okay. But it just wasn't necessary to bring up for anybody. Nova's just a nasty piece of work. Nova's nasty. She said it first in their main fight. Oh, okay. ElTeddy, go out and come back in or go from your phone or something. You are totally, okay. I can't hear nothing.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Lexi said, I remember when a certain anchor of the show was homeless while being on a previous season. Oh.
Well, then there's that. And I think I know who you're talking about. Oh, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Really be no too. That's why she looking like that.
But that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact that there are people on Chasing on multiple seasons, not just Atlanta, but multiple seasons who have needed help. And I know that Andario has taken money out of his pocket. I know Markel has taken money out of his pocket. I can't speak for, I know Q has taken money when he was producer of LA. It's just like, it's for you to bring it up about one person when we know it has happened. Like, I don't know. Those are the kinds of things I think is just mean girl shit that just pisses me off. Because you're just trying to embarrass me now.
But like I said, they're drawing at straw and trying to manufacture reasons for her not to be in this group and not, you know, and not like her. That's literally what they're manufacturing reasons not to like her or to exclude her, you know, and like you say, the mean girl her.
Right. It's called Chasing for a reason. It's not called We Made It. It's called Chasing. And you're going to have people that they ain't there yet. I think that's where a lot of people get lost with this show too. This isn't supposed to be a show of people who have it all figured out. So it's okay. You know, that's why I don't think we need to be embarrassing people or putting it out there like that, because it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay. Hell, I'm grown and I ain't got it all figured out sometimes. Shit.
Is this where I'm supposed to say I don't have it all figured out too?
I wasn't going to say, you ain't got to say shit. I know you ain't got it all figured out sometimes, because that's life. Life is always changing and shit is always happening.
You don't know me all my life.
I know all about it. I know all about it. The next scene is Nova and Dominique, and I really don't care about nothing they talking about, but I mean, if you got something to add to that.
It just further, reiterates what y'all know. I've been calling Dominique out since he came in season 4 for his ain't shitness. And so when people at the beginning of the season was like, "Oh, I like Dominic now. Oh, he's so changed. Oh, he seems so great," and I'm looking sideways like, just wait. And here we are. Here the fuck we are. Yeah, I didn't really have a lot for this scene. I was just like, okay, okay, girl.
I mean, that's just how. Again, I don't have a whole lot because I feel like they were just talking about the same thing. They were talking about Alfie. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was anything new in this conversation, if I'm being honest.
Look, can I ask a question?
Sure.
What have we seen Nova do all season? Like, if I'm going off the show,
sell her pussy.
Don't have a job nowhere in America. If I'm going off the show, like she doesn't have a chase, she doesn't have a job. Don't come at me with this fuck shit talking about she's all of a sudden some artist, some rapper, some musician. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. The bitch ain't got a job nowhere in fucking America except for working.
She does have a job. Her job is OnlyFans.
You know, no, I don't even think that. I think because she would be promoting said OnlyFans. She is over there working to beat down to Riverdale, East Point, College Park, and the West End. Let's be clear. But you want to be over here talk, girl? I cannot. What is she chasing? I'm wondering.
Right, chasing that man to get on that plane. That's what she was chasing.
That shit was made up like the chick from We Are Born.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, at least we know that Alfie has a chase, girl. And then the song that you went into the studio with was a diss record on Nova again. I mean, on Alfie again. Leave that woman alone. Like, so now you're making a diss record called Gay for Pay. Come on, man. Like, let that woman live. Leave her the fuck alone. Anyway, moving right along. The next scene we see Kendall getting ready. Oh, that was the other thing that Dominique brought up. Talking about she's not even doing anything
for ally. That's for asexual. That's not for ally. The A in LGBTQIA is not for ally. It's for asexual.
The other thing that Dominique brought up was when he said, and she's not even doing anything for Pride. Is that a rule? Is that a rule?
Where did that come from? I'm glad you brought that up. Girl, and I said this, and somebody got in the comments or in the chat and tried to say I was wrong. Everybody that's gay, LGBTQ, all of the letters are not in the scene like that. I would venture to tell you the majority of people who identify as gay are not black and gay, I should say. Let's keep it there. Are not on the scene like that. They're not up in the clubs like that. They're living regular lives.
T already said, if you watch Giving You the Real T said, listen, I don't do gay clubs. I don't do Pride. I don't like, and he said, that's just not my thing. Like, that's just not my thing.
And the thing about it is, they are basing their whole way of looking at people within the community on what they see at a club or people who are quote unquote in the scene and stuff like that. And it's just not. Actually, I did a whole live about all of the letters in the.
But the A is for asexual and ally. Like, where's the? It is for asexual and ally. I've always been told it is for both.
Oh no! When I've learned it from the people that's supposed to teach it, the ally wasn't even in there. It was just it was, and then there's a 2A which goes to two spirited, but that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, it can be out. I don't know, but it's supposed to distinguish a group of people and how they their orientation and things like that. And ally doesn't fit within that kind of
Right. Like Q was for queer and for questioning. Right. That's what I've always been taught. Again,
But but like I said, like I said, these are people who are either one, young, and so it goes back into those two buckets. You got the young people who are just trying to learn the ropes and trying to navigate their own life and where they fit into their own sexuality and orientation. Then you got the older motherfuckers who are just unlearned, who are unintelligent, uninspired, inauthentic, and just want to gatekeep and not understand the intersectionality of the human experience. If you seem to think that you have to be sectioned off in your own little box and nobody else can come into that, then you are wanting us to go back to the days of being closeted again. Like you're wanting us to go back to days that, frankly, ma'am, you never lived in. Like the Dominiques of the world, you're not old enough to have lived in a world where that's all we had to do. People were not in our spaces because that was a safety life issue. Because if we let people in spaces, then people could be killed, people could be gay bashed, and all types of other things. You've never lived through that. So the fact that you live in a society and a world that's much more tolerant than it's ever been for Black gay people in this country, and you're trying to remove people from this space where we can involve more, then that's a problem. You want us to go back to times that you've never lived in, and trust me, you don't want to go back to those times. You do not want to go back to those times.
So next we see a performance by Noelle at Pride, and then I feel like right behind that is a performance from Kendall at Pride. And then we have this situation with Tony at the mayor's reception where they were celebrating, and she was supposed to be, they were having a whole ballroom moment, and she was supposed to be on the panel to judge, but when it came time for her to judge, for some reason she wasn't up there and she wasn't judging. I'm not sure what happened with that. I feel like we needed to get some. I feel like in her confessional, we needed an update to what happened. Like, did she talk to the organizers? Did she clear it up? Was it an oversight? Was it intentional? Because why would you, like, she had a whole thing up there with her name, and like you could tell she was actually there being honored. So, I mean, was it an accident?
She was being honored does not mean that she was going to be one of the people on the panel.
But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I need a follow up, because is that what you were told, or is that what you assumed? Like, were you told you were going to be a part of the panel, or did you assume? Was it a mix up? Was it intentional? Like, she walked away feeling like she was intentionally cut out. And why would you have a panel?
Did you go talk to somebody?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I needed a follow up, because just because you had a panel of, you know, gay and lesbian people on there, but you didn't have a trans person, which of course we know that the ballroom scene came from a trans woman. So I understood her being upset and her being bothered by it. But girl, what's the follow up?
My other thing is, it didn't look like, now from the people that they're not, and maybe one of them was, but it didn't sound like there was a whole bunch of ballroom people on that panel anyway.
That's what she was saying. That was her whole point. Her whole point was you're gonna have this whole people. Okay, go ahead.
No, my point was the fact that if you know what's happened, like where you told you were going to be the only ballroom representative, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was supposed to be ballroom, but that doesn't necessarily translate to them having ballroom judges on there. I wonder if, I wonder if you saw more into it than what it was. For her, like when she got the email, did they tell her in the email that she was supposed to be there? Did you check in with people? Did they tell you to go to the back room? Or she said she was in some backstage area. Did they tell you to go back there? Did they, like what is happening? Did you look for the other people who were supposed to be on the panel? Like, did you go and ask questions, or did you just leave? Because what if it was a situation where they was looking for you and they were like, well, we don't see her. Where's she at? And you was in the wrong place. And they said, well, we got to start. And they put somebody there. Like, I don't know what the situation was.
That's what I'm saying. For me as a viewer, I want the result. Like, again, confessionals are done after. So who did you talk to? I mean, I get it. She left that day, but did you talk to somebody? Did you talk to the organizers? Like you said, what did the email say? Who invited you? Because, and somebody in the chat said that Toni doesn't stand up for herself and that bothers them. I feel the same way because in that moment, I'm going to get some clarity before I walk up out of here. Because now, not only I'm hurt, I'm a little embarrassed. Because I told the people that all these things were going to be happening, and that's not what happened. Like, did you not have it? Like, again, I'm not leaving without. I need this information.
Now I feel like there may have been that assumption, and she
I don't think
quickly
it was
found out.
I think she was told she was going to be
Here's where I'm going with this. I think she found out there that no, baby, that's not the situation, and so on the fly. There was this, they disrespected me. I'm just leaving, because that plays up to the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like, because.
But I still want to know. I hear what you're saying. I got it. But I still want to know where the miscommunication was, because if that's what she was told, and then that's not what happened, did they bump her for a bigger quote unquote celebrity? I
don't think she was ever.
What happened?
No, I'm just assuming, like you said. But it could have been a situation. She was never supposed to be on the panel. She thought that she was. And when she got there and they told her, no, boo, that's not. These are the people who we going to have on the panel. She had probably already told production and the people she invited, Sammy and Ken, hey, I'm finna be at the mayor's ball. I'm finna be on these panels. You know, the wheels were already in motion. Production was there. You know, Sammy coming, Kendall coming. So it's a whole situation. And now you're finna have egg on your face. So in order to not have as much egg on your face, make it look like they were at fault and they disrespected you, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. When in actuality, they ain't did nothing wrong. They followed the original plan.
And maybe that's why we didn't get a follow-up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they was the doubling down in the confessional where you never saw the follow-up. So because they all came there like, baby, we just got here. She leaving. And the mayor's ball for pride is a huge event. Like,
yeah, it is.
For me, when she said she was going to be on the panel of judges, like, that's why I was like, oh, because the mayor's ball has the biggest of the bigs within the community, you know, that's up there. And I'm not trying to diminish who and what Toni is, but we're talking the biggest of the bigs within the Black gay community are at the mayor's ball, you know, being honored. It's one thing when they honor people within the community. It's another thing, you know, it may be another thing for them to say, you know, because you got celebrities and people that were up on that panel. And so I don't, let me shut up.
Well, that first ball, Lexi, there was no confusion. That was Nova and her bullshit. Nobody was confused except for Nova. And even Nova admitted that she lied and she was trying to make a moment for the cameras. So there was no confusion about that ball. That was Nova and her. And once again, we're back to Nova and her bullshit. So that was pretty much the episode. The rest of the episode is with Kendall, and we've already kind of talked about that. So that was pretty much the episode. We know that they're taking a group trip to Miami, so I'm sure we'll see what that looks like, honey. See what that looks like. But with that being said,
I went out last night and I saw what is his name from Chasing Orlando? I almost called his government name. Ayo.
Oh, okay.
He was at the club last night. I needed a drink. So I went there.
Club. You can find me in the club.
It's I was there for a good hour. Maybe I was there for a good hour. And maybe after that, I was like, all right. Okay.
That's a good question, ma'am. I think everybody is invited to Miami now. Is everybody going to Miami? I don't know. But I think, I mean, it's a group trip. I know we've had this whole division, but I think everybody's invited. Now, who ended up going? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody wrote something in the chat. Hold on. Is that Jahi Harper? I hope I said your name right. She was tasked to do a ballroom exhibition and was supposed to judge. They sidelined her at the last minute, and she didn't make a fuss because she's not bigger than the moment. It was bigger than her. I understand. Well, that's what I'm saying. I believe that she thought she was supposed to judge. I just wanted to know what happened. My nosy ass just want to know what happened. But I hear you, boo. Thank you.
Right,
Thank
and
you.
that's what I was saying. I think she really did think she was going to judge, and
Yeah.
I think what she thought in her mind, and maybe what the people that were putting the event on, the producers, promoters, or whatever, had a whole different story. And she found out when she got there, and because the wheels were already in motion for production to be there for Sammy and for Kendall, it was kind of too late. No, I wasn't at no damn Bulldogs. I'm in Miami. Damn, but I don't go no damn Bulldogs. I
Sure.
told you, if you see me at a club in Atlanta, it's one club that you may see me in, and it ain't Bulldogs.
George talking about some next time I come to Atlanta, he making me go. I said absolutely not.
The Bulldogs,
Yes. I
have
said
your running
absolutely.
shoes on, because the girls love to fight, and you got to be able to quickly get out the way.
Baby,
And
I'm not. Listen, my going to fighting clubs days are over. That is absolutely not.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I've never went. The last time I went, they didn't fight in the club. This time, they fought after, but they didn't fight in the club. But I've been there before where they did fight in the club. But child, I was over. I tried, girl, I'm going home.
Well, with that being said, any final thoughts on this episode, ElTeddy, before we get up out of here?
I think, like I said from episode 1, when you're doing the casting for this show, if you're, and I believe all of the chasing franchises at this point, if you're going to continue to cast the same caliber of people, then you need to do better jobs in casting. And I don't think that having a cishet woman, a biological woman, a straight woman on a show like this was a good idea, because these people can't handle that. They couldn't handle Black people and Latinx Hispanic people being together. So I knew they weren't going to be able to handle this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just where I'm at with it. And now we're just in the shit and in the mess, and it's just all spiraling. It's all, everybody's saying all of the worst things on both sides, because Nova had not Nova, Alfia had that situation where she, and I believe intentionally, misgendered Nova, which sent the people spiraling as well. So I just think that, while you'd love to be this big inclusive thing, that's just not feasible for the caliber of people that you have on this show. And the caliber of people that probably could handle it are not going to be on a show like this. Not by and large. And there it is.
All right. Well,
where's the comment coming from? Nova's Puerto Rican and she is. What are you talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about. I
I
don't
don't
know.
even, I don't even know. Who said, wait, what? What are you talking about? Where did that comment come from? Child.
I don't know if they're trying to say, like, I don't know. I don't want to speak for them. I don't know what they mean. But with that being said, y'all, we about to get out of here. ElTeddy will be live at 5.
I might not be on screen. I might, with this janky internet, I might have to stay off screen like this, but we'll be live at 5.
He will be live at 5. And I know I owe y'all a bunch of stuff. Baby,
you on vacation. You supposed to be laid out somewhere.
Baby,
But I tell you,
I ain't get out of bed. Listen, I ain't get out of bed till almost 11 o'clock. Okay.
Baby, when I tell you, if it wasn't raining today, I would have been there. But tomorrow is not supposed to rain. I'm gonna be out on this good beach. Do you hear me? Oh, I'm about to be out on this good beach. I am.
Okay. Me and Ebbie are gonna do our Harry Potter reaction to the trailer. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Y'all will get something tonight. I don't know if it's gonna be Married to Medicine, Bell Collective, or Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all will get something tonight.
I gotta catch up on Bell Collective because I'm 2 episodes behind. So I need to catch up.
Oh, okay. That's what they meant. They said the Latin And the blacks are together on this show and nobody's talking about she's a culture vulture. Got you.
That's because, but lyrics, mom, that's because the attention is on Alfia. We saw the foolishness the last 2 seasons on Chasing Dallas. We've seen that over and over and over. So, oh no, I'm not gonna be throwing it. I'm gonna be butt ass nigga. I'm going to New Beach. I don't play around. First of all, it's all finna hang out tomorrow. All of it, slanging and dangling.
Such a whore. Anyway, but ElTeddy will be live at 5, and I'll be live after 5, and we're gonna move on from there. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you, Tramel, for dropping down. And with that being said, we are out.